Hi.
Hi, YouTube.
You gonna tell your story?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the title of this video is going to be. Maybe it'll be called "What Would You
Dumbass
Do?"
people.
Anyway, I went to Sephora. Okay, if you watched my other video, you know about the Laura Mercier broken eyeshadow. So I went back to exchange the broken eyeshadow to get another one. And in that same video, if you watched it, you saw that Emily got the face illuminator with the rose on the surface. I forget what it's called, but anyway.
That's just called Laura Mercier Illuminator.
So I decided if they had another one of those at this different Sephora, that I would get one. Well, they did. So I went to the register with my broken eyeshadow, the new eyeshadow, and the illuminator, because I picked them up as I walked in. So I went to the register, and I don't go to that Sephora that often.
Did you tell them why we were going to get it?
No. Well, it might be a gift for somebody. Anyway, but now it's a gift for me because I changed my mind. Anyway, I don't know the people at that Sephora that well. Like, at the Sephora by my house,
We have to go to this one because we go to ours too much and we're ashamed to go in there
I'm
again.
embarrassed to go to that one as much as we go because they know us really well at that one. But we've been going there for years and years. Probably 3 years we've been going
It's
there.
probably only been there 3 years.
I don't know. Ruthie
When they
said,
built that wing.
Well, anyway, so I went to the other Sephora to exchange it. So I get up to the counter, and the guy, I thought he was new because he seemed like he wasn't sure what he was doing, but he was in a real big hurry, it seemed like. And I said, I have an exchange. And he said, okay, you want to get something else? And I said, well, I'm going to get the same thing. Let me just explain it to you. So I took the broken eyeshadow out of the box, and I showed it to him, and he said, okay, and he crammed it back in the box. And I said, so I'm exchanging it for that, and I'm buying this. So then he said, okay, so he starts to do it, and he's going to have me pay the difference. So it comes up to like $60-something. Well, I said, I'm not paying for that one again, unless you refunded my debit card. And he said, no.
The powder's only 42.
Yeah, the powder's only 42 and the eyeshadow was 22 or something like that. So it shouldn't be 60-something if one's an even exchange. So he said, oh, okay, wait a minute. Let me do it again. So he did it again, and he said, okay, I took it off. So then it only came up to $21 and something, and I said, wait a minute. Now it's too little because this one is $42. And he said, well, that's what it came up as. And I said, but that's not right. He said, okay, let's wipe the whole thing out. Let's do it again. So he did it a third time. And it still came up to $21. And I said, that's not right. I know that's not right. And he said, but I did it twice this way. And this is what it's coming up to. This is what you owe. And I said, okay. So, you know, I'm thinking, is Sephora having a 50% off sale that I didn't know about? Is this discontinued? Sephora doesn't have a sale on any certain item, so I was just kind of confused. So I get out to the car, and it was after I left I started thinking about it, and I looked at the receipt, and then I realized what he did on the receipt. He credited me the original eyeshadow, and he put that price towards the illuminator for some reason, and I still have both products. So then I thought, well, what the hell am I supposed to do now? I was already in there trying to argue with the kid to fix it, and then I'm getting ready to go pick Emily up from class, you know, to drive 30 minutes back home. So I called them, and I spoke to the manager, and she was really nice, and I was really concerned that if I didn't call and at least tell them what happened, that it would come out of his paycheck when they figured out the register was short. So she was really nice, and she said, I really appreciate your honesty. And she said, are you still in the mall? And I said, no. And she said, okay, well, you know, don't worry about it. It's our mistake. And she said, you know, if you come back over here anytime and you want to make it right. And I said, well, I'll probably be back over in that area Monday or Tuesday. And she's like, well, don't make a special trip. And I said, no, I'm not. And she said, well, if you, like I said, if you're here and you feel like making it right, come on in and I'll reward you for your honesty. So she did assure me that nothing was going to happen to that guy, and he wasn't going to have any money taken out of his check. So it bothered me, and the way she said it to me, I really felt like she was fine with it whether I came back or not, to give the difference, but it bothered me. So I picked Emily up and went to get something to eat. So this is 45 minutes after the initial phone call. We go back, I give Emily the difference in cash with the receipt. She runs in, she's out like 2 seconds later. In that short amount of time, the manager was gone. So
I said we tried, so
I'm kind of irritated now because I tried to make it right when I was there, then I drove back to make it right. I mean, I was already like 10 minutes away from the mall heading towards home, and I went back. So I guess I will go back again next week, and that's probably what I'm going to do, because stuff like this will bug the crap out of me forever. But
then something bad will happen.
Yeah, something bad will happen. I've already had a bad day. But anyway, so on a good note, I got that Laura Mercier illuminator, and I got an eyeshadow that's not broken. So
I said that we should just use one of the illuminators to use, and then have one just to look at, because it's so pretty.
Put like it in a little glass case, because it is so pretty, and I'll be afraid to. I don't know.
You'll never use it anyways. It doesn't matter.
Huh?
You'll never use it anyways. So it doesn't matter.
I might.
No, you won't.
Anyway, I can't wait to see how this looks when I play it back, because it's dark out. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. Do you have anything to say?
I'm so mad at those stupid bitches.
Who?
In Dillard's. Like, if your heels are too big to walk in, then don't walk in them. And don't walk you own the whole department store. Like, there's other people in there.
Well, I agree. I mean, okay, like Lady Gaga wears shoes that are too high for her just to have assistance because she can't walk across the stage.
At an
but if
award
you're not
show.
Lady Gaga, do not wear 6-inch heels to the mall when you know. You can clearly look at some people and know they're having a difficult time walking. Those are not mall shoes. Those are like for, you know, not walking around the mall.
Like, okay, like, I don't have the easiest time walking in heels, but I don't wear them every day. Like, I only wear them on special occasions. And, like, hers were, like, boots, but the heel was so high that it was actually, like, wobbling underneath her. And she only weighed, like, a pound, so that means that they're too high.
She only weighed, like, a pound?
Well, she did.
That's funny. Anyway, that was my rant. Do you have anything else to say? Oh, we're going home. We're rushing home to do.
Obviously, not big of a hurry.
We're entering a Stila contest, and you have to, excuse me, duplicate the look that they did on Nancy Grace on Halloween on Dancing with the Stars. And tonight's the last night. It has to be submitted before the end of the show. We're on Eastern time, so I'm not sure if it's coming on at 8 or 9, but I'm sure we have till 10 o'clock. And it's 8:07 right now.
We have to dye eyelashes in food coloring.
In red food coloring, because we couldn't find red eyelashes. So I don't know if we're going to try to film that, because I don't know how the lighting will be at home. But I'll post, if we don't film it, I'll post a picture on Twitter.
Oh, we're going to film it, aren't we?
Well, we're going to try to, but if it doesn't come out that good.
Well.
Huh?
Well.
If it doesn't come out that well, what? Anyway.
Oh, there's the casino.
Oh, casino. That's a good word. If you get to the end of this video, type in casino so that we know that you...
No, I meant like the casino's right there.
I know, but that made me think that was a good word because I was trying to come up with a good word.
Oh.
If you get to the end of this video, type in the word casino so that we know that you watched our whole video. That's the word of the day. Brittany Girl does that in her videos. Her word's usually purple. She has purple hair. That's her favorite color. Anyway,
so,
look at the car. Who's he pulled over? Nobody.
So wouldn't one just catch on and just always put purple?
Well, I think she stopped changing it. She stopped using purple. She started using something else. I haven't watched her in the pink. Maybe. Anyway.
There's the fairgrounds. You can't see. Okay.
Well, happy Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll be back before then.
Maybe not. Bye.
Bye. Look at all this.